Good morning, students. So today we will be doing Indian Plateau. This is the fourth chapter. Just go through the book, okay? The Great Indian Plateau or the Peninsular Plateau lies towards the south of the Great Northern Plain of India. So the Great Indian Plateau is also known as Peninsular Plateau, okay? And where does it lies? It lies in the south of the Great Northern Plain, okay? And this plateau region covers a large part of country including the states of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and parts of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, okay? This peninsular plateau is made up of several small plateaus, okay? Of which the three are the most important plateaus. What are they? They are Malwa Plateau in the west, the Deccan Plateau in the south and the Chota Nagpur Plateau in the east. Now see in this picture, the Malwa Plateau in the west, the Deccan Plateau in the south that is marked in red color and the Chota Nagpur Plateau in the east that is marked in blue color. These are the three most important plateaus, okay? Look at the third paragraph. The Indian Plateau region is bounded by the Aravalli Mountains in the northwest. So in the northwest, the Indian Plateau region is bounded by which mountains? Aravalli Mountains, okay? Towards the northeast lies the Rajmahal Hills of the Chota Nagpur Plateau. The eastern region of the plateau is called the Eastern Ghats and the western region is called the Western Ghats including the Nilgiri Hills. Now look in the picture, you can see eastern region is called Eastern Ghats and the western region is called Western Ghats. The Narmada Valley divides the plateau into two main parts, okay? The Central Highland and the Deccan Plateau. South of the Narmada and across the Satpura mountain stands the Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau stands in the southern part, okay? And it is the largest of three plateaus, okay? Look here, this is Narmada and it divides the plateaus into the Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau, okay? And this Deccan Plateau is largest of all the plateaus. Many rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi, Kaveri, Narmada and Tapi flow in this plateau region, okay? While the rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi and Kaveri, they flow from west to eastern part, okay? And drains into Bay of Bengal. These rivers, they flow from west to east, okay? The Narmada and Tapi flow from east to west. Narmada and Tapi rivers, they flow from east to west and drain into Arabian Sea, okay? The rivers of the plateau region are not perennial like the Himalayan rivers. So the rivers that are in the plateau region, they are not perennial. Perennial meaning that they do not last for several years, okay, like the Himalayan rivers, okay? And why do they not last long? Because they are all rain-fed rivers, okay, and they depend on monsoon rains. When rainfall is not enough, these rivers, they dry up, okay? Ranchi, Bengaluru, Hyderabad and Pune are some important cities in the plateau region, okay? The hilly regions are also famous for beautiful hill stations like Panchagni, Mahabaleshwar, Kodaikanal and Uddagam Mandalam, that is also known as Ooty. Turn the next page. See the usefulness of the peninsular plateau. Large quantities of minerals like iron, manganese, copper, bauxite, mica are found here. The northwestern part is made up of black soil which is good for cultivation. Some areas in the plateau region are suitable for growing tea, coffee, rubber, etc. The rivers in the plateau region are used to generate hydroelectricity. The hill stations in the plateau region attract tourists for their scenic beauty. So students, how is peninsular plateau useful to us? Like in these areas, large quantities of minerals are found, okay? And the northwestern part is also full of black soil which is good for cultivation. And in this region also tea, coffee, rubber are found. And this region, the rivers of this region also generate hydroelectricity, okay? Not only that, this region also attract tourists for their scenic beauty. Okay, so I hope you have understood till here. In the next class we will be doing climate and vegetation.